Have you ever taken over time someone for granted? Um, their kindness, their love, their patience. You just kind of got used to it, or maybe a coworker, a business partner, spouse, a friend. What about on a lower level? You had this idea to buy a new grill or something for your house and something for your comfort, coffee machine, and you use it, and man, in the beginning you're telling everybody about it, and then the luster kind of wears off, and it's ho hum, yeah, I got a nice coffee machine, my grill works nice. How about that? Has that ever happened to you? It happens to all of us, but I want to talk to you today about something about our God, who's a great God, so that you'll sign up for more love, more commitment to Him, more hope, more faith. You'd be a little kinder, or maybe a lot kinder, because I'm going to tell you things that at the end you're going to agree with me. That is what our God is like. And we're going to re-enlist. And if we will hold him back, or if we took him for granted or his kingdom for granted, no more after this. You're going to be shocked into love and challenged or invited. Let me use that word. I don't want to shock you as much. I just want to invite you to a deeper level of serving our God. When you see what I'm about to share with you, you're going to go, man, that's what our God is like. And I want to be with him, serving him. I'm Brian, Faith Fit Psalms, and it's a joy for me to be with you today. Feel free to subscribe. I've got a bunch of videos, over 50 now, various things. This is in the playlist called That is What God is Like. And because I want to boast in him, so to get you understanding his awe. And not only is he an awesome God, but he's intimately involved, or willing to be intimately involved in your life. That's sort of up to you. So say yes to that. Feel free to click that button that alerts you to other videos and or when I put up new ones. So keep in contact. I'm just going to keep on going and boasting in my God. So without any further ado, let's get right to it. Psalm 89. Psalm 89. I'm reading from the New Living Translation. And again, this is all about the greatness of our God. And at the end, you're going to go, that is what God is like, and I want more of that. Let me pray for a moment before I begin or go any further. I pray for understanding. Pray the eyes of your heart will be full of understanding for what we're reading here. So it's not just words. Okay, a lot of times you read things, you hear things, you go, oh yeah, I know that, but we really want to know it. And it's interesting in the book of Luke, a number of times Jesus would talk to his disciples, and he spoke very plainly to them what was going to happen to him, where he would die, be resurrected. But it says they did not understand what he said. And you think to yourself, well, it seems pretty clear, but they still didn't capture the essence, the full understanding. And then finally, in Luke chapter 24, after he rose from the dead, he touched their minds to understand. And then they're like, oh, now I got it. Okay, you may have read Psalm 89 before, but now you're going to read it with me. And it's going to be like, oh, I pray for understanding that comes from God. It's a spirit of understanding. So you're going to go, whoa, I've read that before, but I never saw that. And that's all, that's the relationship. That's life in the kingdom, always coming to a deeper level of love and kindness and understanding. And we're never going to capture it all. We're still just getting a little bit, as we'll see. Okay, here we are. Psalm 89, verse 5. All heaven, all of it, will praise your miracles, Lord. Myriads of angels, that's tens of thousands by tens of thousands, will praise you for your faithfulness. That's an important word. We'll get back to that. For who in all of heaven can compare with the Lord? Now, I just want to take a little commercial break for a minute. All heaven will praise his miracle. Who in all of heaven can compare with you? Do you realize our planet, the Earth, is part of the Milky Way, And in the Milky Way, there are how many? I wrote this down. We're in the galaxy. It has about 100 billion to 1 trillion planets just in the Milky Way. We're one of minimum 100 billion, maybe as many as 1 trillion planets. And conservatively, that's in our galaxy, there are 2 trillion galaxies, so probably a lot more. So 2 trillion galaxies. In ours is probably up to 1 trillion planets, and we're just one of them. That's a big God. That should fill you full of awe. All heaven, all of that will praise his miracles. Myriads of angels will praise his faithfulness. For who in all that creation can compare with you, O Lord? What mightiest angel? And let me tell you what, one of these angels got sent to deliver a message to the king of Assyria, and he killed 186,000 overnight. He's one of them. What mightiest angels? Anything like the Lord. Every time an angel shows up in Scripture, everyone gets afraid and faints or trembles or gets right to the ground. What mightiest angel is anything like you? The highest angelic powers, who could comprehend that, stand in awe of you. You are far more awesome than those who surround your throne. Now, if you've ever seen a movie, or even the King of England, when they get together and they have a coronation or a big to-do, all the people around him are important and beautiful and amazing, right? And you're always like, man, I not only want to watch on TV, I'd love to be right there, be in his audience. Well, he's far more awesome than any of the angelic powers who surround him. Our God is far more awesome. So how do you explain that? O Lord Almighty, verse 8, where is there anyone as mighty as you, Lord? Faithfulness is your very character. All that, his greatness, his almightiness, his angels worshiping and serving and shouting his name, and in all that, faithfulness is his very character. That is what God is like. Well, let's keep going. You are the one who rules the oceans. When their waves rise in fearful storms, you subdue them. You're the one who crushed the great sea mountain. You crush, that's a word for chaos. You have any chaos in your life? Any waves crashing against the shore of where you are in your life? He's the one who rules all those oceans. He crushes chaos. He scatters his enemies with his mighty arms. The heavens are yours. The earth is yours. Everything in the world is yours, for you made it all. God made it all. That we can at least kind of take a look at and go, okay, I don't know about all those 2 trillion galaxies, but I can look around the earth and you made it all. Wow. You're beginning to understand that the God we serve is an amazing God. I want you to be able to boast in God. I want you, the next time you have to come to him and listen to him and talk to him and receive from him and go, you created all these things. You rule the oceans. You made the earth with a word. Surely what I'm asking you for is not a big deal. And I know you love me. Verse 12 says, you created north and south. I read that one time. I was like, that amazes me. I didn't even know to do that. North and south, east and west, and directions. And I mean, it's complicated to make this world. And he did it. Mount Tabor, Mount Hermon, praise your name. Powerful is your arm, strong is your hand. Your right hand is lifted high in glorious strength. You watch UCF and these other wrestling, boxing. At the end, they put the guy's hand up. Yep. Well, his arm is greater than any other arm. His right hand is lifted up in glorious strength. And he's your God. You have access to him. Your throne, the throne you sit on, is founded on two strong pillars, righteousness and justice. He's righteous, he's fair. Unfailing love and truth walk before him. Unfailing love is pursuing you. His faithfulness is pursuing you. You know what I recommend? Don't stop running. Stop hiding. Stop. Sit down. Let him overtake you. Because his faithfulness wants to overtake his loving kindness. That is what God is like. If you reread that, say it out loud, meditate on it, everything changes. Trust me. Everything. You'll come back to me someday and say, you were right. I'm filled with awe. There's nothing too difficult for him when I meditate on who he is. Now, here's some other benefits now. In verse 15, I guess. I have a lot of writing on the inside of my Bible, and you might see it here. I have a lot of things written in there, so sometimes it overtakes the verses. But here's the blessing to you. Happy, blessed are those who hear the joyful call to worship. That's what our God is like. And he invites you to worship. When you enter into worship, you're blessed. You will walk in the light of his presence. Do you need some light in your life? It's dark, cloudy, and fearful. Yeah. Blessed are those who hear the joyful call to worship him. For you worship him, you'll walk in the light of his presence. And let me tell you what, it's a light that goes to every corner of your life. Healing, redeeming, pointing out things that need to change, drawing you closer. Oh my God. They end up rejoicing because when the light of his presence comes, they rejoice in his wonderful reputation. That is what God is like. Look at these things I just read. That's what God is like. You can rejoice in that reputation. Who's God? Oh, I'll tell you who my God is. They exalt, it says, in there's righteousness. And then it goes on in verse 17. You, oh God, are our glorious strength. Who's your strength? Where do you get your strength from? Where do you get your power from? It says here, you are our glorious strength. We worship you. We rejoice in your reputation. We exalt. We walk in the light of your presence. So there's light. There's happiness and blessing. Because God is our glorious strength. I'm not doing this by my own might, my own power, but by the Spirit of God. You are our glorious strength. Our power, our ability to do that is based on your favor. Yes, our protection comes from the Lord. Oh my God in heaven. The heavens and the highest heavens can't contain him. Isn't this absolutely amazing? Look at that. All heaven praises miracles. Myriads of angels praise him for his faithfulness. For who in all of heaven can compare with him? The highest angelic powers bow before him, stand in awe. Well, if they can do that, I can. You can. You crush chaos. You crush that pounding shore against us. The heavens are yours. Everything in the world is yours. You created it all. You have strong hand, a right. Oh, that is what God is like. And then all that. And he says, hey, you hear all that? That's amazing, right? But happy are those who worship me. They'll walk in the light of my presence. They'll not be confused anymore. They're not to be depressed anymore. Can you imagine that? They rejoice because of that light and that blessing that he gives us. We can rejoice and brag about ourselves. No, we can rejoice in his reputation because he's our strength. He's our protection. And any ability we have comes through favor, his favor. I speak the favor of God. I pray that you re-enlist. If you haven't signed up yet, you say, Lord, I'm serving you. If that's, if not, since that's you, but if that were to be true, don't resist. Don't hold back anymore. So I pray that his power, your power will be based on saying that the favor of God will be toward you. Understanding that when you read this again and do reread it, think about it, you go, wow, Lord, lift me up, raise me up, give me more understanding, open up my eyes, my ears to know this God, to know my Father, to know my Creator, to know the one who wants to live in me if he doesn't already live in you. And you're filled with awe. And then go tell somebody, go brag on and say, listen, let me tell you about my God, because that is what God is like. And he's madly in love with you. So I bless you. It's always a joy to be with you. Feel free. I'll put the links to the other videos in this series, and you can do a little research on that. Go to my YouTube channel. And this is all about that is what God is like. I have a lot more that'll encourage your walk with the Lord. So have a great day. Hope to see you again soon, and peace.